can I tell you all of these feelings? It's so much easier when I'm dreaming. I think my brain's about to short circuit. I really wish I could find the words. And now I'm crying under the moonlight. I wanna call you up, but it's midnight. What should I do with all of these feelings? And my kaleidoscope becomes the light that shines down from the moon will get the way. And once again, it leads me to you. The constellations sparkle in my dreams, and so I wonder if it's a blessing. As if by fate we're born on the same planet, just like a miracle romance. So let us have another great weekend, and I will pray it has a happy end. I'll still be here, past, present, and future, head over heels in love with you. I can't forget the way you looked at me that day when I met you the very first time. Within the sea of stars in the night sky, I could still find you if I closed my eyes. I love the way the world throws us moments, but we make our own destiny. This miracle will always remain a mystery, 'cause once again it leads me to you. The constellations sparkle in my dreams, and so I wonder if it's a blessing. As if by fate we're born on the same planet, it's like a miracle romance. By moonlight, winning love by daylight, never running from a real fight. She is the one named Sailor Moon. She will never turn her back on her friend. She is always there to defend. She is the one on whom we will depend. She is the one named Sailor. Sailor Venus, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Mars, Sailor Jupiter. Her secret powers are so good to her. She is the one named Sailor Moon. She is the one named Sailor Moon. She is the one, Sailor Moon.
あの人の言う通りだわよ。1個で2キロ、2個で5キロ、3個食べればあなたはルーだ。いいもんいいもん。元木お兄さんはその方が可愛いって言ったもん。
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Melanated Anime Club. Thank you all so much for being here. We're here. What up, guys? How are y'all doing today? Let me unmute y'all.
That'd be helpful. Thank you.
Here we go. Hey, that's my fault. I'm still getting used to all of this, even though it's week 6, technically 7. What's good, guys?
Technically 7?
Because you missed a week.
Yeah, you did.
Talking about
Food poisoning week?
Yeah, someone no showed.
no shows. Medical.
During this
medical emergency?
I ain't seen no note. I ain't seen no note.
Oh, you guys are great.
You know how HR works. You gotta have proof of that medical emergency. What's going on, everyone? If y'all aren't familiar, I'm Zheryk. This is Wes, and then also Matt, aka Pops. We are the Melanated Anime Club, and let's just jump right into it. How are y'all been doing, fellas?
I am now sensational.
Good. I'm glad that in the last 30 seconds he's become sensational.
Yeah, because this week's been kind of wild for me.
It has been a week.
It's been a week. Like, Saturday. It's Saturday, and we're doing our show, and this is lighthearted and fun, and let's just keep it going.
Oh,
I mean, should we just go straight, jump right into it? Should we just get into the
after review?
Yeah.
Listen, my man's Oda took the effort in his whole production team that in a time where everyone's been slowing down and stopping, where we're used to having a week break in between everything. For almost every other manga that's out right now is dealing with that too. And my man's is not only blessed us last week with the chapter, he's blessed us this week with the chapter. And for the foreseeable future, we have another chapter next week.
Yep, that's 3.
That's 3 for 3. Let's get it, Oda. You are truly the man.
Very great.
That being said, let's get into it. One Piece chapter 982.
Hell yeah.
All right. So 982. We started off with a great cover page here. We get a flashback to Gang Bage's family, and we both see Lola and her sister Chiffon like running away, and now they both have their husbands, or at least intended husbands in the case of Chiffon and Gotti, since that proposal is all new. But it's nice to see that, families getting together and two of Big Mom's wayward daughters found love.
And they're running through the Marines with the family.
I also think it's dope that Chiffon is carrying Beiji, while on the flip side, Gotti is holding Lola. It just shows who really carries that family.
The women are strong. Yeah.
The women are strong.
Yes.
The Big Mom's family. The women are strong. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Also,
cover page. So moving on into the actual chapter, we are back on Onigushima in the keep or Kaido's castle or whatever you want to call it. And Kaido and Orochi are having a good old time. Everything's going up. Everything's aces for them. Kaido's got Black Maria by his side as his concubine, courtesan. I don't know what the relationship is here. They just look real comfortable together.
Yeah. It's curious he's there though, because all the other Topiropo are apparently out looking for Yamada.
Yeah. And she's like, everyone's already looking. I can stay right here by your side. It's fine.
It's weird.
Yeah. I don't get it. And then, they're living it up. And guess who shows up? With good old, our favorite betrayer, Kanjuro.
Motherfucker.
Too.
Again?
He's kicking ass.
Oh, yeah. He's had to kill everybody.
Breaks that motherfucker open. It's great. And the thing that's crazy though is Orochi's like, nah, Kaido, we can trust him. You don't have to be an actor no more. It's just it's crazy because we've been wondering kind of where is Orochi this whole time. Mm-hmm. And this almost is kind of a parallel to the beginning of when we see Orochi and he's talking about how don't mistake this for heaven. But this is kind of the same thing with Orochi and the women and the other people just eating and drinking, and they're and having excess while the rest of the country is kind of like poverty starved. So it's like we knew that the Fire Festival was going to be excess and all this stuff. I just don't know if I was expecting to see, Black Maria, the leader of all of the, for lack of better phrase, concubines of all of, the royalty of Wano, kind of being this hands-on, for lack of better phrase, with Kaido.
It's a choice.
Yeah, that's very curious. I'm thinking.
Yeah. But let's not forget that we do actually see more of the Toby Roppo, the Flying Six, as we kind of move forward on it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's get back to bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No respect for Kanjuro for beating up Momonosuke.
Yeah.
Yeah. He beat that boy to a pulp, literally.
Yeah. It's so bad that Black Maria's like, are y'all really this proud of beating up a little boy? Like,
yeah.
Y'all bragging about this.
And did you see how small he was?
Like he's holding him with one hand, literally.
Like Conjuro is holding him with one hand. Like they never made him seem that small or Conjuro that big, and the entire time they're running together.
Nope.
Just wild.
But at least Momo tried to escape. I'll give him that. He actually tried to cut his ropes and escape, but it just didn't end up well for him.
Clearly.
And then that punk ass Orochi.
Yeah, he wants to crucify the kid. What the hell?
Yeah. So
what's up with crucifixion? Excuse me.
I don't know. I think it's. I mean, probably a family thing.
Just a big public display of it, right? It's like all eyes are on us ending this bloodline. I think was his move. But I did want to take a second because like when we were there, we kind of skipped over something here. Kaido and Orochi were completely unaware of what was going on in the main plaza.
Oh yeah.
It took not only Kurozumi Kanjuro giving a little bit of feedback, but also Fukurokuju, which is my favorite name to say. From the Oniwawa Banshu came in and gave the news that
he was like, yeah. I didn't think you'd worry about it.
Just like Queen had it under control. We didn't want to ruin your party. And I just thought that was like a little, because you see, like, I don't know. I always have a hard time when they have a bunch of people on panels and people off screen are talking, because it made it seem like Kaido was worried, but like, I don't think that was Kaido that was worried about it. You know what I mean? Like, why didn't you tell us? Like, I don't think that was Kaido, but it made it seem like it was Kaido saying that.
I thought that was Orochi.
No, I mean, I get it. It makes sense to me, Orochi. Like I said, I just have a hard time interpreting those sometimes. So, but yeah, just back to it. Just before we got to like the crucifixion, is like the dramatic reveal of like, oh no, everything that you planned went wrong. The samurai are still out there. Luffy and them are running around causing trouble.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like there's more to it. That's all.
It goes from a high to a low. Well, more medium. They're not too concerned, but
they just brushed it off.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
We haven't seen the samurai, so I don't know what you're.
Why y'all all here? Our whole forces here. That was dumb.
Yeah. Let's crucify the kid. Like that's what literally that.
Let's keep partying.
I'm done with that.
Can't keep partying. All right. So they're gonna go ahead and call for the crucifixion of Momonosuke. But as that happens, we get a nice little cut to a certain submarine that features said samurai in it.
It's dope. It's so dope.
Yeah.
Now I personally am a big fan of Law and Law's crew. I like Law originally because when I first saw him, he really had that like Fred Durst aesthetic, and I thought that was cool because that was about where I was in life. But Law also is a doctor, and if you know me in anime, I usually tend to like the doctor, the healer characters. Dr. Chopper, as you know, Law is like the surgeon. If we're talking Hunter x Hunter, I'm a huge fan of Leorio.
Okay.
So I do like my healer anime characters. Katara and Avatar. You want to go there? We can go there. You guys know I stand that Avatar: The Last Airbender is not an anime. It is in fact a Nicktoon that is giving a whole heartfelt tribute to anime.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that again.
Yeah, that's just.
But that being said, I love the fact he's a strategist and he's like literally a brain surgeon. So when he comes up with these strategies and stuff, it's just like super cool because he's like you guys have ships? I have a fucking submarine, and like currents don't affect me at all. Like, it's
like
it's
he's
awesome.
such a meticulous planner, but like he keeps choosing to team up with the person who ignores all the plans.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, I don't know if that's gonna always be the case now because it sounds like Nunya and Marco and them are heading north to meet up with them.
Oh,
Wait, who?
I don't know how to pronounce that damn cat's name, so I said Nunya.
really?
You can't say Neko Mamushi?
No, not at the moment.
You say Big Cat, Nekamushi.
I could do Big Cat. Nekamamushi was a little difficult at the moment, so I tried to shorten it.
You just said it.
I know I just said it, but it basically means I couldn't remember it at the moment.
Oh, so you're trash.
Wow.
All right, I'm done.
All right. Anyway, Big Cat, aka Neko, is with Marco on a ship, and I think they're heading into Onigashima. They had just gotten up the waterfall.
Yeah.
And so essentially what's happening here is Marco goes, hey, I guess there wasn't any point in giving you that message to give to Straw Hat because I ran into you here. And they're just like, yeah, we're all just chilling here. Don't forget Jack fucked us up, and that was only one of the commanders. And then like as they kind of like look away, we see the letter float off into the side, and it says, sorry if I'm a little late, but I'll be there, Marco. And I thought that was super dope because I remember when he had that letter to give to Luffy, and we're all like, oh no, what is it? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna say?
But it's just like, I'll be there.
Yeah. It's just, I'll be there. It's great because we were all like, Marco's got to show up. Marco's got to come help. And then like we're all like, Marco's not doing anything.
No.
But then to see that, it's kind of like
there he is.
He's always been there.
Phoenix always rises. Okay. So moving on.
Okay. Oh yeah, moving on.
Y'all scooping over?
Scooping over what?
Scoper Bannon. Right? It's right there.
What are you talking about?
Oh. Yeah, right there. Right before the panel, right before the letter. Where it says, you made the right choice, Marco. That's a cape.
Oh, you think it's Copper Gabon?
Yep.
Oh.
I mean, we haven't seen him. That'd be fun.
Nope. Don't know who he is. Just, it's a cape. It's a person we don't know speaking. We've already seen Izu.
In my opinion, we haven't seen any of Izu, and Izu would kind of have those flowy. Not on this chapter.
Last week we did.
Yeah, but like,
unless you're saying like they're just alluding to them.
Yeah, you're saying it's Marco. I'm thinking it's Izo. I think it's still the striped kimono that him and Kikunojo wear.
Oh,
the flowing dress.
That's a good point.
Can't wait to see all the food.
Either way,
we're getting a
bring it up. Yo, it could be Scopper because
no, I want it to be Scopper. I want you to be right.
I'm just throwing that out because I saw that. I'm like, who is this?
I personally feel like Scopper ain't going to show up until we get Silver Israeli back in the business.
Ooh.
I mean, there's no way he doesn't show back up somewhere at some point.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
we're getting off into weird.
Forward.
Yeah.
You now shift to.
We'll save theories for an episode where a week though there's not a chapter. We'll save all of our weird theories for that episode.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Cool. All right, so coming up next, they cut to the Southern Army's position, and we see Sakazaki, one of the Toby Roppo. Now, I like this because last week we kind of got who's who, and he's like, I don't give a shit about this. I care about Yamato. And like, so as we see these other Toby Roppo, they're all kind of like, I don't give a shit about what's happening. This Yamato plot thread.
It's all about moving up that chain.
Moving up that chain. So we cut over, and we see Sakazaki. And he runs into Boss Kiyoshiro, and he's like, yo, I heard you weren't coming this year, Kiyoshiro. What's up with that? Oh, you got rid of your pompadour? You love that thing. And he's just like super hype. And then like, Kiyoshiro, aka Denjiro now is who he is if you missed that whole part. He's back as his mafia boss, underground of Wano leader.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, man. And he starts talking to Sasaki, and he's like, yo, we got to find Kaido's kid. We got to do all this stuff. I got my men searching for it. It's just kind of crazy. But like, Kiyoshiro was just like, oh, man, wild. And then just like fucking chains
him up in the East room real quick.
The way you
just like wraps him up out of nowhere. In my mind, he's like got him with the sea prism stone on the cuffs.
I think so. They highlighted it. So
Yeah.
I think those were sea stone.
They gotta be, or else it wouldn't make sense for him to be just chained up that quick.
Yeah. And then he's just like, hey, what are you doing? And then Kiyoshiro, in like this most badass moment, is just like, do you know the history of Wano? And then takes off the top to show his back tattoo, which was crest.
Denver's pretty young.
Dude, Dendro is a fucking monster. Like they,
The fact that he's been undercover this whole time, and
well, yeah,
playing things from the shadows, like it's kind of done perfectly. Like both Orochi and the Scabbards both had a secret mole that didn't get revealed until just now.
Which is crazy.
Well, not just now, but a couple
and
times.
it's also kind of cool because you think about the Scabbards. Due to how Wano was set up, none of them really had a chance to train or to keep up with their power. Ashura Doji kind of did, with the mountain bandits and the thieves and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He still had that like raw power. But Denjiro, as the leader of the underworld of like the mafia, he was training the whole time. So like if anything, everyone else was probably about the same power level. He was able to like get stronger than he was originally.
I mean, he's had 20 years.
Exactly. And like, look at him. The man's fucking jacked.
That's a big back.
I think Ashura has been training too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in the slice up Jack like that real quick.
Yeah, she did.
Way back when.
Okay.
But the ones who did the time travel and what's his name?
Kawamatsu.
That's it. Those are the ones who haven't improved.
So
Unless he did some weird gangster like poison training.
which is possible.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know the depths of the fishman.
That's true. But after they trap Sasaki, Kiyoshiro goes ahead and sends out everyone just to head to the dome, and they're also now doing the split forces. So while they were doing the pincer on one side, they're doing a pincer on the other side, and now they're like just coming from 4 angles. Pretty cool.
I like that still of Denjiro.
Yeah, it's like the half face.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of one I had of Kakashi for years.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, and then right after this, my
shit.
team in this whole chapter.
All right.
Amazing.
Someone's got a flex. Go for it.
Oh my good. So we go back to where Kinemon's at, and if you remember where we last left off, Big Mom, we just saw her, and it's just Chopper's like, oh crap. So Chopper and Usopp take one for the fucking team and just shoot Big Mom, direct hit with a cannon, and now they're just running away, leading away. And I'm just like, those two versus Big Mom is gonna be just the best fight. Like, I want to see how we survive this.
And the thing is, after last week, there was kind of like a hope that's like, oh, maybe Big Mom's still in like her train state. No, she's like, Straw Hats, I'm coming after your captain. It was just great. It was just like, that's full on Big Mom, angry Big Mom, like vengeful
Big Mom.
Yep.
Like she got to get a hunger pain, Big Mom. Like
I don't know if she's gonna get a hunger pain, but she's pissed. She's definitely pissed.
And that's enough.
Really? Really it is.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
But also I love how the subtle, or actually maybe Kinemon's just dumb.
A little.
Yeah.
How?
Just how?
What makes you think Kinemon's a little dumb? What is?
Okay, just the way that he saw that the cowardice as tactical strategy.
Well, he knew to run away from them, so she's drawing them the opposite way.
But that's what I'm saying. He saw it as coward. They had no other direction to go.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you this right now. My man's has traveled with Usopp since Punk Hazard in the scene. Nothing but Usopp's cowardice be misinterpreted as heroic, godlike moments.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just there. He was there when God Usopp happened. He was there.
What? Okay. All I'm saying is that no, I can't make the argument.
You can't justify it. I know.
You call him one of the few true tactical geniuses of the group a dummy.
How do you feel about
No other way to go.
You were not expecting that reaction, were you, Matt?
No, it was not. He had no other way to go, and he's going quickly. That's all.
All right. So as we see that going there, Kinemon leads his troops and the Minks and the Guardians and whoever he's with. They're going back. They're still going towards Onigashima, while Chopper and Usopp have led Big Mom the opposite direction. While we see that happening, we cut to our group of Nami, Carrot, and oh man, all right, you got me on this one, Matt. I forgot her name. The Kunoichi, but they all go in and they're sliding around the pleasure district. And then as they're sliding through, a bright sun face pops and goes, "Hey, found you!" And then it turns into a giant ball of fire as the climate attack starts rattling, and it's Prometheus and full flame Lori screaming, "You're the woman that abducted Zeus!" And they just scream and lose their shit. And that's where that ends. That's where that whole scene ends.
That's just it. And it's
4 panels of them.
I'm so happy Nami's going to get Zeus or Prometheus.
You think she's going to get Prometheus too?
I'm so happy she's getting Prometheus.
You think that's going to happen?
I'm speaking it into existence.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would like it. Like, it would give Nami another boost, but like,
yeah,
she was able to lure Zeus away with like more clouds and like give him like an incentive. I don't know how to do that with Prometheus.
I don't know either.
Yeah, I think Big Mom dies. And then Prometheus.
Well, if she dies, it's a part of her essence that is
her soul
in Prometheus. So Prometheus would still live on.
Right, but he'll live more comfortably on in the climate attack.
Well, we don't know. We don't know. It's all speculation.
Zeus is living it like he's like in a world class Pokeball. Like Zeus loves it.
I think he's living his best life personally.
Yeah.
But also, I think he's about to. If nothing else, they're about to smack Prometheus in the face.
Zeus and Prometheus are about to just fight.
All three of them, like
Napoleon happening there too.
Nami and Carrot are just gonna all flex and smack Prometheus in the face and then run away.
Okay.
They're also in a bathhouse, so there's water around too. So I mean,
smack.
And if they come outside, Nami can create some rain. That'll help.
The option. Terrain tactics. Anyway.
All right, so we get out of there, and then what happens? What happens after that?
And we see two of the Tobiropo having a piggyback ride while they're looking for Yamato. We have Ulti and Page One. We haven't seen much of Ulti, but we saw a good amount of Page One when he went up against Sanji or Sobaman.
Got his ass kicked.
Yes.
Understatement.
Also, Go Go Pay Pay Go.
Yeah. It's a weird song that you do when you're on your brother's back in a piggyback ride.
I guess. I didn't understand that one.
Do you know
because he's Page One, so I imagine Pay Pay is like a
nickname.
Okay. I overlooked that. That's all.
Yeah. Go, go, pay, go. Go, go, pay, go. Yeah.
That's the good hit of the summer. Get Lil Nas X on the remix. That's going to be a hit.
Yeah, you're right.
Also, let's get Lil Nas X on this Melanated Anime Club. That's going to be our new hashtag. Hashtag Get Lil Nas X on the. If you're one of the people watching this,
we want Lil Nas X.
Yeah, Lil Nas X.
Like, why not? Just
there's not much to try.
Lil Nas X and Michael B. Jordan. I think those are our two that we're going to try to grab.
Okay.
Listen, we can have dreams.
Michael B. is big in production,
and he's big into anime.
Yeah, I thought I saw that he was like
only he could.
We literally have a panel left. Let's finish the recap.
Yeah,
then we can talk about Michael B. Jordan. I'm sure our guest would want to talk about Michael B. Jordan with us today.
Ooh, that's right, our guest. Got that. Let's go.
Don't forget.
All right. So they're doing a brother-sister piggyback ride.
Right.
When all of a sudden they fall through, I think they fall through something or something falls through. But
I think they fall down the steps.
They fall down the steps. Okay.
Yeah.
As they fall, they hit the ground. They look up, and Ulti is face to face with who else but the hero of our show, of our story, Luffy. And she goes, "What the hell do you want?" And Luffy goes, "I was gonna ask you the same thing." And they both have their intense eyes on.
Yep.
Stare down. I love it.
That's the hockey eye.
In the chat.
It's the hockey eyes. That's
hockey eye. It's intense eyes.
It's not quite hockey yet, but it is that step of like, you keep me going. That third ring is going to show up, and people.
Oh, yeah. No, like, yeah, it's like she should know. Like, yeah.
It's the I know I'm talking to someone that's more than.
Yeah, that's them.
So that was a setup to a possible fight next chapter, or maybe like somebody else takes up, and Luffy just keeps on running towards Kaido. That's usually how this works out. But
I'm thinking there's gonna be a bit of a skirmish.
Yeah,
but also, I think there has to be, because this is going to lead to a further. This could lead to a further split of Ultiverse, because Kaido is her current, person she's going after. Like, that's my boy, but she's going to get her butt kicked by Luffy and have a reconsideration.
Well, my theory here, and if I'm going to if we're going to go into the realm of theories for next week, we haven't seen in a couple chapters that would be relatively close to Luffy, especially in a situation like this that has a past history with Page One.
Sanji.
You know what? I thought we might be setting up for Sanji versus Page One Part 2, but
he is in that direction.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think you can get over there in time. I don't see it.
There's a whole.
If he wants to be there, he can be there.
Yeah, he skywalk.
Sanji, Frankie, Brooke, Robin. Those are the four. And Jinbei. I guess we don't really know where Jinbei is right now either.
Jinbei and Robin are all having a walk and talk.
Were they?
Yeah, they're off having a walk and talk, being followed by, I believe, Yamato.
Jinbei and Robin?
Yep.
Yeah, they were together.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Frankie and Bonkichi?
I don't know. They drove off like two bros.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Yep.
Bros on a bike.
Yeah, I could totally see them coming back next week and being like, "Hey, oh yeah, remember these people?" Yeah.
Because I feel like Basil Hawkins, his whole thing hasn't been anywhere mentioned.
Hasn't been said anything.
And Basil Hawkins was part of the Apu Kid Alliance, so
yep.
Gotta be something there.
He also got his butt whooped by Law just before all this kicked off.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So maybe the odds have changed, and he sees that he should be working somewhere else. But also, I think he's locked up somewhere.
Right on.
So
we'll
that's
see.
That. But I'm super excited. There's going to be another chapter next week, and I'm glad that they have figured out whatever the issue is over there. Oh, AKA COVID.
All right, dope. Well, that has been another great recap of One Piece. Let me go ahead and hit it with everyone's favorite. Bam, just so you guys know where that's at. So we've been talking here for a minute, and one of the things we've been working on is bringing in guests and having more people involved. This next guest I'm very excited to bring on. She is someone that I met when I first moved to Chicago and started my whole comedy journey, and we could have conversations about that, but that's not what this show is. This show is about us enjoying anime and stuff, and just kind of being a celebration of good times. So without further delay, I would like to introduce to our stream Surena Marie.
Woo!
Hey Surena, let me unmute you. Hey.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Good. Where are you? I am so bad at getting my technical cues, but hey, we're learning and we're getting better at it. How are you doing?
I'm good. I woke up in a really great mood. The sun is shining through my window brightly, and I'm just, I haven't eaten breakfast yet. I feel like I just woke up an hour ago, so crushing it. How are you all?
I'm doing great.
Amazing.
Kind of went long on that. Maybe not too long on that One Piece recap, but
we tried.
It's a lot.
I learned a lot. I want to watch, or I want to read it.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, we really do love
the journey.
It's a lovely journey. It's a lovely, lovely journey.
It's a long.
There just aren't any. There aren't a lot of new One Piece fans. It's like it takes dedication.
Mm-hmm.
But once
But-
you're in for life.
Yeah,
There's
pretty
going to be like a new wave of One Piece fans about to happen because
It just got released on Netflix.
yeah, it's
Yep.
coming to Netflix. So
Oh,
Now, people-
and they're doing it in small chunks, so you're not going to have all 800 episodes just to dive into.
Yeah.
You can. Here's the first like arcs. Here's the first
First
3 arcs.
season is 63 episodes. Then they chuck them down to 15.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah,
a huge
through
chunk.
to Alabasta.
Yeah, but those are like that's not like yeah, I get it. It's a collection of arcs, like mini arcs.
Yeah. The first group up front, and then whatever's before Alabasta, and then Alabasta.
that's just gonna be a grand
I
line.
mean, how long is going to be its own like.
Grand line. Mhm.
But we're talking about stuff during the Surena segment, so
All right.
I mean, I'm into it. I'm learning.
I'm here to learn about from what you came to present because I remember that show being on TV growing up as part of like the like clutch anime segment in the afternoon when you come home from
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
And I'll just let you describe what this lovely show is.
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. Sailor Moon was in like the Toonami block that was like started at 3 p.m. And yeah, Sailor Moon is a wonderful show about friendship, magical girls, and fighting evil. I remember it was the first anime that I really fell in love with. I was like 8 years old, and it would come on really early, like at 5 a.m. And and I would wake up every morning and watch it with my niece Sedelia, and then we would immediately go back to sleep after. Like it was just for Sailor Moon. And yeah, I'm recently watching. So I grew up with the American dubbed version, and that was the one that was on Toonami and all of that.
Yeah.
They recently, well, maybe not recently, but released a full dub of the original Japanese version. That the version that we saw is so different.
Oh.
Like,
well, it's not Crystal, but it's like a remake of the original.
yeah. So what they did was they thought that Sailor Moon was too like risque for American audiences, so they edited it in a way that added like a little message at the end. Like the original Sailor Moon didn't have like "don't bully each other" like at the end.
Those are important.
I mean, good, life morals. But that was added after, specifically for our audiences. And they changed some of the relationships. It's like I'm rewatching it, and it's actually kind of gory. Like there's like bloody stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I'm like shocked.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I remember it's like it was like I remember specifically in elementary school, Sailor Moon's for girls, Dragon Ball Z's for boys, and
Yeah. I can remember Sailor Moon being my secret show that I would close my door to watch. So
Oh, bless.
But,
Oh, man.
I've since grown past that. I was like 10 years old, dude. It was nice.
That being said, I still watched it, and I do remember because that's all of the animes we watched as kids, right? Anything that we watched on that like Toonami block, the after school like Cartoon Network. My local area had like local channel 38, which wasn't like a UPN or anything. It wasn't like a major network, but if you go on at 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, you might find an original Dragon Ball being aired, the Dragon Ball Z being aired right afterwards,
Or Gundam.
or Gundam,
Or Ronin Warriors.
or maybe Warriors for sure. I feel like Tenchi Muyo was on that. Like
Tenchi Muyo.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
Yep.
obsessed.
I've seen every Tenchi series because who doesn't love a good harem anime with some fun?
good on you, brother, because some of those Tenchi ones got real weird.
They did.
They are weird. Yes.
Real strange. The original Muyo was like, hey, that's handleable. But no, I do remember that kind of like same era, and so all of those weird adaptations, because I hated One Piece when I first saw it because it was that adaptation.
Oh.
Sanji smoking a cigarette,
Yeah.
and there's like
on Netflix now.
a hammer gun. It's very weird, very dumb. But but once you kind of revisit it, and I remember I revisited Sailor Moon kind of a little bit later in life, and I, check out the manga. It's going to be the realest, most closest thing, and like they're straight up murdering folks and like
Yeah.
all murders and stuff. Like it's crazy, but it's a very different tone and it's a lot heavier. So revisiting it's very cool. Like just kind of be like, anime is all about throwing like 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 14-year-olds into peril.
Yep.
And
Sure.
And we all just enjoy watching it.
What
like
that is the basis of every single thing that Japanese has recorded.
Yeah, it's always small children in a lot of danger, like morally pushing danger.
But you know, they get through
Final
it.
Destination's Japanese too. Oh man.
Are you okay?
Their world
You need a moment?
like shifted.
Yeah, I'll be all right. Just process this.
But you gotta recognize, Matt, they always come through it most of the time.
Yeah.
Spot on.
they're also mostly like the chosen ones too. So like don't read too much into that.
Unless you have white eyes.
Yeah.
You gotta go into more detail. Come
Yeah,
on.
the fuck.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
get it.
yeah.
I had a blank on the name of the character, so the reference failed.
It's as soon as they're like in their mid-20s, they're considered grown-ups, and so they can move on with their lives. It's only like a small portion of time where they're actually in danger.
You
Right?
hit 20,
don't
you
feel like,
either hit your goals or you haven't. Give up.
Yeah.
and you're just a grown-up
Or you're not.
side character NPC in the
Anime.
anime now.
That's what happened to Gohan too. Oh my
Yes, it did.
Oh, we had to bring up my favorite and least favorite character in Dragon Ball Z.
god. But
Both.
I wanted to hear more about how like Sailor Moon's like I really as soon as we're done with this, I'm gonna go try and find like these original ones because I think those are the ones I should be watching.
Yeah, they are.
Because
Yeah.
like
I remember my favorite character being Tuxedo Mask because he was he had
Because
swag.
he was the dude. Like
He
yeah,
just came in,
Yeah.
one quip, and then he was out.
he
yeah.
doesn't even do
But
anything.
like,
Doesn't
he
even
was
do anything.
out though. Like, right? He was like, believe in your dreams, and then like would leave.
He's like a rose that like lands somewhere and then he's gone. Like
He was
There-
inspirational, and then he would just dip out. I loved it.
Serena, I think you guys know this.
That cape though.
I had an opportunity to do an improv show where we got a suggestion of anime, and I had to enter in as a character as like the redub.
Nice.
And first thing I was thinking of was Tuxedo Mask, and I just jumped in and just did one quick quip. It was just like male protagonist entry. It's just like that's what he would do. He's just like male protagonist entered. I said something, and then he's gone.
that's it.
Yeah, he often didn't
Tactic.
really help.
No, its tactic is to startle the villain, right? Like the villain's like, and then Sailor Moon is like Tiara, like.
Yeah.
That's,
So he was just important enough.
Yeah. to just interrupt what's happening.
Wow.
Well, I do want to bring up something here about Sailor Moon. So the version that we watched, that we saw, Sailor Moon's real name was what?
Oh wait,
Surena.
Serena.
yeah.
Now, when that's one of the weird things about being a sub. I'm a subs over dubs kind of person, so I like to watch my subtitles.
Oh, it just
So
depends.
when I found out that Sailor Moon's name is Usagi, which I know from my One Piece fandom and my general love of animals, going to an Usagi cafe, Usagi is a bunny. It's a rabbit. So Sailor Moon's real name is Bunny, and that always tickled me because I don't know how you I mean, I get why you wouldn't call her Bunny. I just don't know why you would grab Serena.
Why wouldn't you call her Bunny?
It was a choice.
All of the names were changed. Like they use, I looked it up, but like a lot of the names were like Mako and they were just original like traditional Japanese names.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and they're like American only. You're Amy.
Yeah. But I always just thought it was real funny because like I guess I distinctly remember as a kid her being Serena and me I remember looking up like
Mhm.
okay, like Serena, Sailor Moon, and like I couldn't find anything. because just like that's how that worked, is like that wave of bad translations of trying to make anime kid friendly, that wave is over.
They thought
We're really at a place where anime is like, no, we're going to directly translate it in Japanese. If you don't know what if you don't know, oh man, if you don't know what like a musubi is, we're not going to say it's a rice ball. We're not going to say this is a sandwich. We're going to say
yeah. But then have a little note say like, hey, Gaijin, musubi is this.
It's not a jelly donut anymore.
Yeah. These have names. Respect on it.
Yeah. One of the main things that is making me watch the real version of Sailor Moon is they actually changed the characters, like the gender of the characters, to be more palatable for American audiences. So I think Zoisite. Do you remember that villain at all? They're like part of like the negative. Yeah. They're originally male, I believe. And they made them female in the American version because they were in a gay relationship with the other character, and they're like, oh, let's just get that in the bud. And Sailor Stars, which was after the seasons of Sailor Moon that aired in America, they didn't air that because they had 3 of the Sailor Starlights, their transformation scenes. They were male during their everyday life, but when they would transform into female Sailor Scouts, and which is really cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah, and the series does a lot with gender and sexuality that like was not, again, like in the original series, because it was too scary for our audiences.
Right.
Those darn children can't handle that at all.
No.
And their little minds just.
But it's crazy. Like I guess like I always had known that like they had edited stuff, because like there's a lot of like relationships, like same-sex relationships that I know happened in Sailor Moon that got edited as a kid, and it's kind of like, why are they? This doesn't make sense. But like
they're cousins.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense either. But I guess like looking back on it, like it does make sense that, especially now that I know what I know about anime and what little bit I do understand of orientation and any kind of sexuality in Japanese culture, which I am not a study or scholar of, but knowing that like in One Piece itself, which we watch, and a bunch of other anime, that is kind of a common trope. And it's like as we've grown, at least for me, as I've grown older, and I've met people that have transitioned and gone through that, I do think it's super dope that like that was part of anime culture, and in so many weird ways in anime where anything is possible. We can be anything or do anything. That a lot of times those characters, especially within the realm of anime, is it's just like, oh, that's who they are. They're part of my gang. They're my nakama. Let's roll.
Right, like they don't make it a deal or a plot point or anything. They're just like, yeah, they're dating. That's fine.
But at the same time, it is like a deal because it's who they are, and it's like it's as much of a deal that they're that as it is that this guy's a swordsman. It's just as much of a deal as that. Like I put my whole life into being a swordsman. I want to be the best swordsman. Yeah. This person's is like, I want to be this. I want to do that. If they
like Okama Island.
Yeah, Okama Island, which when I first saw all of that, how they so the Okamas are, I don't want to put the wrong label on it.
Yeah, right. It's hard.
It's a weird mixture. I don't want to say weird mixture, but it's like it has elements of what seem like drag to me, elements of what seem like transgender, and elements of.
I think that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
There's elements of expression where like masculine formed men are presenting femininity. Whatever level that is to them, that never really goes into it.
Yeah, you explained that perfectly.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
But essentially, it's like they're this thing, and it seems like it's a stereotype. But as like when you look at them, but as you get to know them and you get to know their culture, like mind you, it's just the lens that you're getting them from is from someone who's phobic. For a lack of a better phrase, when you see him and his approach to that, that's where you're getting the lens from. But as you see them and as they work, as their society works, even as the phobic person has to deal with them and grows an understanding.
Mhm.
You really do see that they're just people that are trying to be the best and bringing out the best in each other. And that if they want to wear dresses and wear makeup and like present feminine,
That's them.
that's what they can
Yeah.
do.
They
Them.
do.
But also like they'll whoop your ass. Like,
It doesn't take away from anything else. Yeah.
like they're fighters. They make a martial arts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know martial arts form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Newcomer Kempo. Yeah.
Kempo. Yep. So I like how they just throw Kempo after anything and call it a martial art.
Yeah.
It's great.
It must work to some degree if they keep doing it.
I mean, yeah, I was just thinking about Baki because I watched a couple more episodes this past
Oh,
week. And then there's one particular episode and I just kept hearing Kempo, Kempo. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But
This is
then
what we're doing.
then we come back to One Piece and it's just like Okama Kempo. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, why not?
I'm glad you can connect the two, you know.
Right? Yeah. Anyway.
We can talk about Baki in another episode.
Well, dope. Yeah. So, yeah, Surena. What else do you want to talk about? Like, is there any other anime that caught your attention, or
how are you finding these episodes, specifically like the Japanese ones?
There you go.
Yeah. So they are all on Hulu right now.
Oh.
Yeah. So the new redub. So they also changed all the voices too. So it's a completely
Uh-oh.
oh no?
Uh-oh.
voices. If you remember, oh, did I go away? Am I back?
Nope, you just buffered a bit.
Yeah, you were just like
Oh,
slow,
okay.
like, super fast for like 30 seconds.
Sorry. I was gonna say that because they changed the voiceover for everything, it's a lot better. So the original version, the sub is like all over the place. Like Molly has like a random Brooklyn accent for no reason. Yeah.
In the original, yeah.
In the original, but they changed all of them, so all of them like it's more cohesive. But yeah, on Hulu, all the seasons, and including Crystal, which is like a more condensed.
Like straight from the manga, right?
Yeah.
It's Dragon Ball Z Kai, but for Sailor Moon.
Gotcha.
They take out they take out the filler. They make it a little bit more of like they're less like kid-friendly characters. A little bit more of just like a it's really interesting.
Crystal's probably closer to the true manga then.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think that, and then you can go back and relive it with the real dubbing or the real sound with the other one.
Yes, I will say that Crystal, the animation is like not great, not my favorite. The style, it's like it's questionable. So enjoy.
Good to know.
All right. So it's going to be there's pros and cons is what I'm hearing to all of them. Got it.
Mhm.
We'll just have to see for ourselves.
Pretty much, and that's going to happen.
All right, cool. Well, Surena, would you like to just stay on with us while we kind of do the next couple segments and as we head towards the end?
Yeah, that's great.
All right.
Yeah.
So for all of you that have been following, for the last 3 weeks or so, we've been following Matt Kidd's adventure on finding this weird specific anime that he remembers from his childhood.
Yep.
These are the facts that we have on the show so far.
All right.
We can see if Matt has gotten any progress since then. So the facts that we have now, was this something he watched in the early to mid 90s? He watched this on Cinemax and or Showtime.
Mhm.
This was a movie or a special, not necessarily a TV show.
Mhm.
The main character was a woman that was very reminiscent of Tank Girl. There was tanks involved. There was these weapons that he says that they're discs that fly out.
Yes.
Once they land, they inflate to be giant inflatable penises that are somehow a protection or a defense something.
It's not the tanks because the tanks go over and then they expand and then the tank can't go anywhere because it's propped up.
Stuck on the penis, yeah. So these are the facts that we do have. Matt, do we have any more updates or anything else that you can give us? Do you know what the anime is?
Not no. There has been no progress. That's where I'm going to leave it at.
Okay, so last time we checked, you were looking through animes from the 70s. and the
70s, yeah.
80s.
It's definitely not 70s.
Okay.
And
have you started or gone through the 80s yet?
I have not started the 80s,
Okay.
but that's where
Right.
I'm going to pick back up.
Well, that's the update on Matt's quest for that weird anime he found one time.
Short update, rough week. We're not talking about it.
All right. I would like to take a moment here because we've had this conversation about I'm not good at getting into manga without having an anime to start to get it into. But this latest wave of Shonen Jump mangas, I really have been pushing myself to get into. I've explained in the past couple episodes of my love of Mashal, Might and Magic, and how I've read all of it. I reread it all. It is, when you start off, it's very much Black Clover. It's world of magic. This one kid doesn't have magic, so he relies on working out and muscles. But instead of being, that weird fantasy world, the Final Fantasy-esque world that it's set in, this is very much set in a Harry Potter style world where there's 3 like magic houses of wizarding. This dude again has no magic, but he's so strong and makes such an impression on anything he does. He gets asked to do everything. So essentially on their version of Quidditch, where they have to fly around and push a ball through a hoop, he can't fly on his thing, but he can jump up high enough to be like in the air and with them, and he kicks his legs. So he stays up. So he's just kicking his legs. But like he only gets up once. He only gets the ball once at the end. And he can just throw the ball with enough force and speed that the ball would just loop through the hoop over and over. So they end up winning. It's
ridiculous.
It's so stupid. These people like want to start fights with them, so they're trying to get them to duel, and they're like the Draco Malfoy, essentially people. We're the bad guys. We're all about absolute power. And then they like cast spells at him, and he's just like, no, like it's just the best. It's the best. They're like, okay, wizard battle, and he's like, wizard battle, and he's like dodging and reflecting the spells. And he's like, he goes biceps magic and just punches.
I have to echo everything he's saying because I did start Mashal. Read the first chapter, and it's a lot to take in. It is that ridiculous.
And I would say after the first chapter, it takes a different, completely tone.
Wait, what?
After that first chapter, the first chapter makes it feel like anime. I'm telling you, after you get past that second chapter and moving forward, it feels less like that, and it's just more of like this person is just parodying Harry Potter through anime. Okay. It's great. But there's another one that I've been reading, same wave, called Undead Unluck, and there's a character that's undead. He can't die. Essentially, he's Deadpool, wisecracking. They cut off his head. He can still like reform, regenerate type of stuff.
Okay.
So he's undead. And the girl that he meets is Unluck. So anyone that touches her skin, bad luck is going to happen to her. His goal is to get close to her so he can finally die. Right now, it's just a matter of like where I've gotten to it is like the government entities are trying to capture both of them now.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's like, oh no, the government's on my side. He's the bad guy, and then like when the government grabs him and tries to take her in, like his long-term plan pays off, and then Unluck happens, and so it's just like things happen. They try to make something happen, and then like they kiss, and then after the kiss, just everything goes fucking crazy. And he's kind of like this dirty, pervy guy, and she's like a young girl. It's a very interesting dynamic, but it's been interesting so far. And then there's another one called Mori King. It's about a beetle that turns into a human. I haven't gotten too far into that one, but I'm really trying to get the current wave of Shonen Jump manga.
Yeah, I saw Bone Collection just now, and I'm thinking I'm gonna try that one because last week when you mentioned Mashal, I jumped into it and I was reading it, and it, like you said, it does feel like it's referencing One Punch Man a bit.
Yeah,
but I don't have that reference point, and I think you kind of need it.
You don't have the One Punch Man reference point?
No, I don't.
You haven't watched it at all?
No.
Wow.
Okay.
I've watched one episode, so I support you. I'm trying to make you not feel bad.
No, that's good. No.
You're gonna feel bad in every episode. It's
no. It's just the thing they do. It's cute, I guess. It's like so. Seeing that, and now also finding out that it's like, okay, yeah, you read that first chapter. None of them are like that after that, but there's still the One Punch Man references. I'm gonna go and do a One Punch Man binge.
Yeah, it's Yeah, I would definitely say keep watching. Watch One Punch Man because it's like it's very similar in the reactions of like people are just like I'm the dopest. I'm gonna, and then they're just like when they just get like no sold. It's that same concept.
Yeah. And I think that's an avenue within manga I didn't know existed because I don't think that reaction exists in One Piece.
It does recently, especially recently.
Okay.
That reactions come in because like we've during the Odin flashback, like we definitely have seen like Whitebeard and everyone kind of make that same like reaction.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
there's actually one where
Wano.
where they announced that Luffy was caught and they showed
Those
Robin
faces, got it.
faces. They're just like the like
Yeah. Everyone make those faces.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's like one of those like action faces that they do.
That is new then. So that might be just like a new thing within manga in general, you know?
There's another one too that's just like it's like a very like dead faced, just like facial, like you'll just see their face. And you haven't seen that one in One Piece quite yet, but you've seen it in One Punch.
What if these are memes showing up in manga?
That's actually
I can see
probably what it is. It's probably manga artists trying to get meme status.
Yeah, it's just getting the meme. It's just a way to get your characters to just draw the meme in there.
memes and
They
manga.
saw JoJo's and wanted to jump on the trend. I get it.
I need to jump on that train too.
It's a long one.
I know.
It's a long
But,
trend.
you know, what else? I got nothing but time.
Fair. You should get into JoJo's then. We'll have some weird ass conversations.
Yeah.
Some would say bizarre.
Nailed it.
All right. Well, I think we're getting close here on time. You know, we usually do like we're gonna do recommendations and plugs. So if you have anything you want to plug or recommend, now's the time. And then Surena, since you're our guest, I'll go ahead and put you up first.
Oh my gosh. All right. Hey everyone, I'm Surena Marie. You can find me on Twitter at SerenaXMarie, where I talk about gaming, Dungeons and Dragons, and all sorts of stuff. For recommendation, oh man, I wrote it down because I always mess up the name because it is a long name. It is Puella Magi Madoka Magica. I know that's long, but it is the anti-magical girl anime. So if you watch Sailor Moon, watch Madoka Magica, and it takes the magical girl trope and it flips it on its head. Highly recommend it. It made me cry so hard.
Okay.
Awesome. We'll definitely check that one out. All right.
I've heard reference to that before, so I might.
So good.
The name sounds ultra familiar right now.
Well, Matt, what do you got? You got any plugs for us today?
No plugs. I'm gonna wait out, see how it plays out. Like the thing I mentioned last week, it happens tomorrow, but I don't want to plug it just yet. But for recommendations, I'm loving this right now. Currently, My Hero Academia. I'm gonna keep plugging that as something that's current. If you're not reading it, jump in. The story right now is starting. It's just constant. If you like One Piece, you should be able to get on board with My Hero Academia.
Can vouch. My Hero Academia is very dope. Wes?
All right. My recommendation for this week. It's one of my new favorite mech animes because I've always loved the Gundam series, but this specific one is also Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans. Now, if you want something that will take you into your feels, like I tried. I have no problem saying like the emotions are real, the fights are great. Like there's no plot armor on any of these characters. Like you can see like the real struggle they're going through, and it's 50 episodes, 2 seasons. Like you'll love it, and I want some more people to talk about it with. So there's that.
Any plugs?
No, not really. Cool. Keep going.
All right, and then me, I'm Zheryk. This is all of my stuff here. Pay me, always will plug paying me. Also, for recommendations, anime-wise, I mean, you've heard me talk about it the last couple of weeks, but if you have the Shonen Jump app, I think it's $2.99 or $1.99 a month for the app. You can get access to anime as it's released, translated officially and everything. I really recommend reading Mashal. It's so stupid, so much fun. It's highly recommended if you're into manga. If you're into anime and you're looking for something different, I'm going to throw out Excel Saga. I know I tend to throw out like comedy anime, and I really do believe in it. But this one's great. Excel Saga does a different genre parody each episode, and it's just crazy world building. It goes sci-fi, goes like dirty. Like one of them's literally just like creepy, like dirty, pervy anime that it parodies that episode, and just like each episode tells the whole story. It's great. Very short. I don't think it got a second series. And then of course, if you're a video game person, I highly recommend playing the Yakuza series. I've been going through the Yakuza remastered. So I played like 0, 1, and 2, and then I'm playing 3, 4, and 5, the remaster right now. So really recommend it. It's about Yakuza. It's like a Japanese mafia game with just like layers and layers of anime wackiness into it. Highly recommended. And again, we are still in like these crazy times with everything going on. I know personally for me, my thing I've been telling you every week, to help someone else helps me feel better. So if you can get out there and help somebody, if you can even just help yourself, it'll go a long way in making you feel better. I promise. So yeah, whether that's just like I said, helping yourself, and all you can do is go and get yourself some vegetables or cook yourself some food or just drink that extra glass of water. I recommend doing it. Anything you can do to help yourself helps us all. Take care of yourself. We'll see you again next week, and thank you for joining the Melanated Anime Club. Hold on, I don't want to mess this one up. So everything's going great. Everything's good. But never forget to keep it creamy.
Come on.
Is it going to hit?
There it is.
And then again, this song is It's So Creamy by Miki Matsubara. It's the jam.